Hello world, and welcome back to Minecraft Memoir. This is episode 40. In the last episode, we worked on a few things. We worked on the mob farm, we introduced our new player skin, and we worked on the library a little bit. In between episodes, I've been doing a lot. I've been grinding out resources. You can see that one leaf block over there. I've been chopping down the trees, but I've been especially harvesting sugarcane because that's really what we were low on. I think last time I said we needed probably another 27 stacks of sugarcane, or maybe it was 22. Sevens and two look similar. But I've been chopping a whole bunch, and I've been storing it at the library. So let's run over there and I can show you that. I think I've got Yeah, actually, I'll take these with me. It's been quite a process. Pretty much the last like 4 days or so. Anytime I've had a chance, I've been sitting here and I've got a good process going where I do all the crafting in our like main base, and then I run into this farm here, harvest all this sugarcane. I run across and harvest the sugarcane over by that lake, the first lake that we built together. And then I harvest this sugarcane. And then I run back, craft it all. It makes about 2 stacks every time, maybe a little under. And then I store it in the chest and rinse and repeat. The whole process takes me about 20 minutes, which isn't too bad, but it's really slow. I've also mentioned that in the past, but like it's just so slow. Even though I'm harvesting literally an entire inventory's worth of sugarcane, or not, I guess literally, but like half an inventory. If you consider, it's like a 9-to-1 conversion ratio, I'm getting just under 18 stacks of sugarcane. But it's a lot, and then it compresses all down to like very little. So it takes a while. Let me see. I really hope I've been storing it over here. I think I have. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we're actually good now. I believe we will have enough materials to just finish the library at this point, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think we're good. Oh, man. I think there were 2 books over there. I could have made one more bookshelf. So yeah, and also this is episode 40. So I wanted to talk a bit later on about how the last like 50 episodes are going to go before we update to beta 1.0. Right. So I figured I could build and talk here. As I've mentioned, oh no, I guess I can't. Oh man, that's unfortunate. As I've mentioned in the past, episode 50 will be our last episode in Alpha 126. Yeah. So episode 51 will be our first episode in beta 1.0. So we've got a lot to do between now and then. Considering this is episode 40, we've got 10 episodes if you include this one. So I've been kind of mentally structuring what those next 10 episodes will be, the content of them. And I don't have them all figured out, but generally here's what we're going to look like. So episode 40 is this one. We're going to keep working on the library. We're going to finish the library over hopefully the next like 4 episodes, I'd say. And then we'll be done with it. So we'll be done with it by around episode 44. And then at some point between episode 44 or 45, I guess, and 48, we'll have to have gone to the Nether and interacted with the Nether, done our stuff there, exploring, what have you. And then episode 50, I just skipped over 49, but episode 50 is definitely going to be our... Did I mess this up? No, I don't think so. Episode 50 is going to be our world tour. And that being the case, that's going to be a pretty long one. So we should probably spend episode 49, like just cleaning up the world, random last minute things we want to throw in. We're not like finishing the world, but last minute as in before I showcase it all. So that is kind of our tentative plan. Hopefully it works out that way. You know, if we hit any major milestones, we'll have to recognize those ones. On top of that, we'll have to also look at the feature list of Beta 1.0 before we update. I don't think there's going to be any problems with it, but you know, those big updates, sometimes they'll change stuff, so I need to make sure my whole world is like ready to be updated. So we'll definitely be acknowledging that at some point later on. So yeah, I'm just getting this wall up. I'm gonna try to finish this whole side, whole section, and then we can start focusing on the little S bits. Oh man, okay. So like getting this side up was kind of cool, but this being in the way, I couldn't see it all that well. And also it was only like 1/2. And also, there was already a bunch of like mountain over there, so it was kind of built up a bit. But now that this side is on, it just feels like real. Like the library looks actually like it's coming together now. Let me come upstairs. It looks really good. I haven't gotten the inner shelves in, but I actually like the way that that looks. Not changing up the design now though. But yeah, it's so like open. Took a ton of materials though. Ooh. I have to make sure that I put the torches all in the right spots because it's really hard to, you know, maneuver around. So I'm trying to like get everything right on the first try. And it's working so far. I like pre-build a bunch of the posts. So when I'm building later on, half the work's already completed for me. I'm going to do a small room in there. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm not sure what the room is going to be, but it's going to be like a little secret room because it's going to be really hard to get over there. You basically have to like go up these stairs. Or wait, no. Wait, how do you get up here? Have I not considered that? I mean, I guess I could just like have a hole through here. Yeah, okay, that'll work. So I am just resetting my inventory here because I ran out of bookshelves and logs. And it made me remember I actually did some stuff with texture packs in between this episode and the last. Now, I recognize, I kind of want to acknowledge this. Making a texture pack to like look through walls is kind of a bit cheatier than I thought it was. I more wanted to point that out now because like when I want to find caves in Minecraft, I'll usually use like some sort of glitch that pushes a block into your head. And that's like fair game because it's a glitch in the game. Unfortunately, since we're in such an old version of the game, we actually like can't really push any blocks into our heads because we don't have any pistons. And anything that can fall on our heads is a solid block. It's not transparent, so it won't let us look through walls. So also, I'm pretty sure like texture packs that look through walls don't work in future versions. I'm not actually sure. Maybe it's just that the alternatives to looking through walls are much easier in future versions. But I think it's changed in a way so that it doesn't work. So I kind of wanted to show that right now in these early versions where like it's kind of the only way to see those caves. I'm definitely not going to do that in the future. However, I am going to use glitches throughout this series. I'm not going to like use, you know, duplication glitches, but I'm going to be showcasing pretty much any glitch that exists in these old versions, whether it be intentional or not, you know, whether it be a feature that was eventually removed, so it's not really a glitch, but it's not really a intended desire. I hope you understand. Like I'm just going to show everything. So kind of related to the texture packs thing, I was chilling in my inventory and I was like, that black background is really harsh. You know, maybe I should make a nice painted background and like or I guess pixel art background, instead of just this black. And then I was like, why don't I try to just remove it altogether? So I've been messing around with texture packs, and here's one that I've kind of settled on. I think it looks really good. Um, there's a few issues I have with it, like these corners here don't, like, they're not sharp enough. You can see like pretty much all the corners follow like a 3 pixel or 2 pixel theme, and these ones are longer than that. I also like this is a little long for the crafting, or this should be longer on this side. And like there's no border here. But all in all, it's very like small, and I like that because I can see everything behind me. And I was able to remove that whole black background. So that's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna like passively work on a texture pack for the series. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be very like regular Minecraft. I'm not going to change up any major textures, but things to just kind of enhance the default texture pack, and like put my own little spin on it, things that I like, you know. Like I think in the files I can change the splash text, so I could like put Minecraft Memoir in there. That'd be cool. Or, you know, hello world. Hey, that's kind of neat. So little things. And I'll probably distribute that as well. Alrighty. I had to take a bit of a break. This clip is 8 days older than the last one, because last week was finals week and it was kicking me pretty hard. But I just finished, or at least I finished yesterday, and it went all right. I feel pretty good. This semester really was quite difficult. I don't know if it was as difficult as last semester, but I definitely had a lot more challenges this semester, like personally. So I'm glad to be done with it. But are we on the right side here? No, it's over there. I can't remember. They look pretty much identical. We finished the other wing of the library though. I did do a little bit of grinding while I was like studying and stuff. But you can see I didn't really get to do a whole lot, because again, I was studying. It's really hard to like actually play Minecraft and do anything else. It's kind of unfortunate actually, because I really like stimulation in other ways, but you really gotta just kind of sit down and focus on playing Minecraft, which is fine. You know, I also really enjoy this game. So yeah, we finished this side and that side. They look literally the exact same as that side, minus a dirt pillar or two. I haven't like finished it. Now what I think we need to do is dress up these walls. Actually, scratch that. We'll do that later. I need to like put up some fences in between here and here, random like fence arches in between these big wood beams. But before we do that, I want to put up the wood plank walls for these little side rooms. Okay, and it is a few days after that clip, but I've now got these rooms finished. Or not finished, but you know, the walls put up. It's really crazy, like standing on top of this thing. One, I'm noticing that the height of this actually lines up with the heights of a lot of other stuff in our world. Like generally the roof there is lining up with this one here, so that's pretty cool. And like the ground level for the windmill there. So I thought that was just kind of a neat coincidence. This is the other side. I think I started on that room first. Now, one thing you can probably see is that the walls are just straight oak planks. They don't look bad like that, actually. I thought it would be a lot worse, but I'm gonna have to put something on these walls because just these, like that one, that's an ugly wall. I think the breaking up of the texture on this diagonal works better, but yeah, that's ugly. So I'm gonna have to figure out something there. On top of that, let me go to the other one here. I've been using the wood beams here on the top, basically just to walk around. So I did most of these first, and then I kind of built around them. That seems to be working out really well for me. So yeah, over here on this side, you can already see a bunch of these walls I actually didn't put anything on. And that's because, you know, on that side, it's just in the hill. There's not like any open areas that I could potentially put a window in. But over here, I could, like, especially right here, this one overlooks the main pathway to go in and out of the library. So I feel like we should put a window here and potentially one there as well. And that area there, I've discussed it in the past how, or maybe I haven't, I can't remember. But down here is just going to be like, this is the only light reaching this area of green into the main entranceway. So I don't want to choke it off too much. So I held off on putting this wall up. I think this wall will go up at the very least, because it'll mirror this side. Ooh, although, I don't know, there's a lot of things I have to juggle here. Because I'm trying to make sure that, one, the library itself is structured well, but also I want the way to get in to also be structured well. And I don't want just the building to look nice. I want everything around it too. So I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to work on these side rooms, try to like design them a bit. I also need to work out a roof design. I think it's going to be mainly stone, but I'm not actually sure. Oh man. I love me starting a numbered list and being like, I think it's so crazy, and then only listing one of those items. Um, the other thing I was going to say, number two, is that it's pretty wild, like how tall this library is going to be. I mentioned that, you know, everything, all the other roofs are kind of in line with these beams. But those buildings are already on a mountain, and like this one isn't. And also, this isn't even the top of this building. Considering, you know, like the portal room, that'll be a layer above this one. The structure is probably going to end up being like, what, that's like 8, probably like 30, 40 blocks tall. I don't think it's taller than the viaduct, but it'll be, you know, like the second tallest building in our world. So that's pretty cool. And the last thing I wanted to mention is this little area here. I'm not sure what to do with it. There's a decent amount of landscape still inside of it, you know, all the grass. So I haven't like dug it all away, but I'm not sure really what this area is going to be used for. Because like over here, this area, you know, its mirror is a skylight for the main entrance. But this obviously doesn't go all the way down. So either A, I'll just leave it empty and then just kind of like hill over it with some dirt when we're finished. Or B, you know, maybe I'll make it into a secret room. Actually, you know what? I think I had plans to make it into a secret room. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, so I'll probably just make it into a secret room. So instead of working on the side rooms, I decided to instead do a little bit of like the small designs here. So the first thing I finished was getting this railing up. It took a while. It actually took like a lot longer than you thought because of how tall it is. Oh man, excuse me, I just woke up. Because of how tall it is, the dirt underneath that's required to like actually place the fence post is just too high up to get it from down here. So I had to like nerd pull my way around. Oh, didn't mean to do that out of wood. And like dig out all the dirt and then put the little extra bits that go down too. So I think it should be all mirrored now though. On top of that, I also finished the floor. So any of the like random holes or weird mismatched blocks have been fixed. And this is kind of like a small thing, but the stairs here, all of these stairs, this block, or really the second block there, that I can't interact with because the stairs are too big, were wrong, so I fixed those as well. So yeah, everything matches up now, we're good. And I think I will now get on to designing the side rooms. All right, and here's where we're at. If it doesn't look like a lot, it's because it's not. I didn't really do a whole lot in here. I basically just put up that window and this one, and like kind of framed out this one, but not really. I realized while I was assembling this that a lot of this room in particular depends on how. What? Will the third one jump? That was so funny. Two of them. Okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna keep my eye on it. Uh, a lot of the construction, I thought it was gonna fall. A lot of the construction in here is based on the outside. So I wanted to figure out the exterior design first. There it goes. Wow. So I've been in my test world, um, and it's going great. I've actually sealed in the whole ceiling. I haven't finished the roof, but the like interior is all sealed up, and that's very exciting. So I think either A, I'm going to start working on the ceiling, or B, I'm going to start working on the exterior because I do have a little bit of the front shell figured out, but not enough to like actually wrap the whole building. So while I'm building here, I figured I'd give you a bit of an update on what's going on in my life. After, the semester ended, stress has gone down considerably. Also, here's how the front looks. Nope. Noise pollution. Here's how the front looks. I think it looks really good. You'll notice that I used a lot of white wool here. I was going to use smooth stone slabs, but one, they take a while to craft and place, and two, I actually wanted to use those for supports underneath here, because I think I'll need one like right here. I actually had planned on doing 3 of them, but I might only need 1, which would be very nice. But yeah, so the stress level has gone down considerably, which is very nice. However, stress is not gone because it is the Christmas season. And while it is nice to, spend time with the family, it is always difficult to manage all those plans and, buy gifts for everybody and stuff like that. I definitely put off buying gifts way too late this year. I'm really bad at that. I need to, get more organized when it gets near the end of the semester. But unfortunately, I usually have other things I'm focusing on. So, but yeah, it is currently December 23rd, so it's Christmas Eve Eve. So I wanted to record this and get this out, at least before I go on break, because I'm planning on traveling for a week or so. I'm from New York. I think I've said that, but I moved a bit further south. So I want to, get that good Christmas weather and see my family, of course. It's kind of insane, actually. Speaking of Christmas weather, where I live now, I'm just like going up and down this ladder, not doing anything. Where I'm living now, I don't like get cold weather, and it really sucks because I enjoy the cold more than I like the heat. Um, but it was like 55 this morning when I got up, and the temperature dropped to 16 degrees, feels like 6, and it's supposed to get colder. I think it's gonna get to like 12, which is insane. Like this is the coldest it's been down here in a while. So I think I'm gonna go like put a jacket on and sit outside. Oh man, I hate hitting the record button and then realizing there's a bunch of mobs around me. So like you're not gonna be able to hear what I'm saying. But I finished this part of the front shell and it looks very nice. I thought it wouldn't translate as well in the real world versus the test world, but it looks pretty good. So I am okay with continuing. I was trying to frame out the supports here, but you can see this one's off center, so I'm gonna have to redo that. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be one here. I'm not actually sure if I want these two here or not. I had them in the test world, but the test world is a bit more open. It's just a super flat thing. So, I don't know. We'll see what I do. All right. So, unfortunately, I wanted to do some more building, but it is actually Christmas Eve now. It's around noon, and I have to leave at 4 for some celebrations. So I'm gonna have to stop here. So let me show you. This is our final result, or maybe not final result, but it's our working result. And I think it looks really good. I thought these supports here might look weird, like too bowed out. But I think it looks more like, you know, the pillars are supposed to be away from the center walkway. And they're still at like good angles where it makes sense to support the building, so I'm okay with it. I actually might have made too many. I probably could have just gotten away with this one, but oh well. So I mentioned this already, but I am traveling over this winter season. So that being the case, I probably won't upload for like the next month. Considering I don't have anything even like pre-recorded, I can't shorten that time like at all. I'm pretty much gonna like edit this, publish it, and leave. So yeah, I'm sorry if that, you know, upsets you. Given my upload schedules already like once every 2 weeks. Also, I'm just walking in these rooms to avoid the light updates because it makes my frames bad. But yeah, it's more just like I'm missing a single upload. So hopefully this one can tide you over until then. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention. Happy holidays. Um, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a great time. I logged out here, and the splash text says Merry Christmas. So I forgot it does that on the Eve and Christmas Day, I think. But I didn't realize it went all the way back to Alpha 126, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, okay, so now I hope you have a great rest of your day.